What's going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo. So today I'm bringing to you a video recapping all of the past events that transpired during the first day of the 2017 World Championship. Now, as a lot of us know, sometimes the World Championship can be hit or miss just depending on what goes down, but I want to make sure that you guys are kept in the loop of all the cool stuff that did happen so you don't have to miss a single thing. So the big thing that happened is obviously that they are playing under the Worlds format, which is a custom format, which combines both the TCG and the OCG ban list into one. And so if there's a card that's unlimited in the OCG but banned in the TCG, it's going to be banned for this tournament. So created a custom format more similar to the OCG than the TCG, I would say. So I would say that kind of gives OCG players a little bit of an advantage, but the meta basically dissected down to this. It was just running rampant with nothing but True Draco and Dinosaur Yang Zing. There was a little bit of Invoked in there as well, as the main event did have one Invoked Wind Witch player, as well as some Invoked splashed into some other decks as well, and Dragon Duels has some really surprising decks in their field that we'll cover a little bit later on. Starting off with round one, we had Erin Furman versus Ryan Slott. This is a really good match because it was a battle of the True Dracos and really showed that the flexibility that True Dracos really have, either to be run in the pure Demise variant or with the Invoked engine being splashed into it. Now, do keep in mind, Code of the Duelist was not allowed for this tournament, so players that were playing the Invoked engine, like Ryan in this case, were opting to play copies of Wonder Wand to mix with Alistair because Spellbook of Knowledge was not legal. And when you're watching this game, Ryan Slott came out of the gate with a massive opener, but ultimately Erin Furman, in the battle of the masterpieces towards the end of the match, ended up taking the win and started putting America on the board. Then for round two, we had a Duel Links showcase. Now, this match lasted approximately about 6 to 7 minutes, and ultimately was a little bit weird, and this is one of my critiques of the way they decided to structure the World Championship for 2017, is that I would say that if you were to look at the players who are competitive compared to those who play Duel Links, compared to those who play Dragon Duel, those are three very siloed groups of people that really don't overlap too much. So I'm kind of surprised that they decided to do it in this really odd format where they're going to go and show one round from the main event, then one round from Duel Links, then one round from Dragon Duel, and kind of repeat that process over throughout the entire day. And the biggest issue I had with this is that not only was the Duel Links match only 6 to 7 minutes, because the game is so much faster than a typical game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, but then we had to wait an outrageously long 2 hours approximately before we got to watch any coverage for round 3. And there was nothing in between during that time. They just had the standard, like, logo branding thing, and you got to hear the same generic song on loop for every single 30 seconds that passed. So one critique I would have in the future is that if they are going to do this format again, they should find a way to kind of fill the gaps, especially with the Duel Links games being so short, or just make the Duel Links World Championship its own entire separate stream, because I think a lot of the players that play the real game don't really want to watch Duel Links, to be perfectly candid. Now, 2 hours may have been a long time, but it was definitely worth it because when we got to round 3, we got to see some Dragon Duels. Now, I'm really excited about this because we got to see Charlie versus Felix, and Charlie was playing one of the Dark Horse decks in the Dragon Duel field, and that was ABC. Now, ABC is a popular choice currently in the OCG, but their format is vastly different. But the fact that Charlie just absolutely fucking dominated on stream, we got to see Decode Talker hit the field, we just got to see some absolutely insane shenanigans, and I was really happy to see ABC do well, especially in the field considering it was primarily just 2 different decks. Then we get to round 4, which is Fang versus Barbary. Now, this is a really great match because both players are 3-0 at this point, and what's really interesting is that Fang is the only player from Team USA who is playing Dinosaur Yang Zing, and he happened to have the best record. Going up against Barbary, who's playing True Draco Demise, this was going to be a really good match, and we just got to see the raw power of what the deck is capable of at Fang's disposal. And why I really like Dinosaur Yang Zing in this World Worlds format is a couple reasons. First off, Max C is only at 1, even though it's at 3 in the OCG. Since it's limited in the TCG for the Worlds format, it's only at a single copy. And when a tournament is this small and there's so few rounds, when you have a deck that's a little bit less consistent but has a much higher ceiling, it's actually okay to play that deck because that means variance has a much lesser role, and the chances of you running into less consistent hands over the course of a massively long tournament, say Nationals or something of that caliber, actually doesn't matter as much. You can get away with playing a higher ceiling deck that's much more potent and much more powerful than, say, something a little bit more consistent along the line of true Draco. And we definitely saw this because Roland Fang pulled through and ended up on 4-0. Then we got to round 5 and got to see some more Duel Links. It was okay. We got to see a little bit more diversity because we got to see some mill decks and kind of what else you can play in the game. But outside of that, I don't really think anyone was too enthused to watch it. Then we got to round 6. This is Ryan versus Connor in the top 8 of Dragon Duels, and this round is literally everything I absolutely fucking love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Ryan was making it to the top 8 of the Dragon Duel World Championships playing fucking Chainburn, and I couldn't have written it better myself, because if you did not see this match, I will put the link in the description below, because this was probably one of the greatest matches I have ever seen, especially just watching a complete rogue deck coming out and just terrorizing the meta. When you see someone resolve a Balance of Judgment for a +5 and then 2 turns later resolve it for a +7, that just embodies every single thing I love about this game.
Getting rid of all the cards and then doing a huge Balance of Judgment.
That's what he was doing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That actually might put him right back in the duel.
A Dark
Hole! Hole!
Dark Hole off the top.
Wow, Card of Demise.
If he doesn't have it yet, he may after this.
He may. Wow, this is actually going very well for him.
If this could possibly go to overtime.
Wow, another Balance of Judgment.
Goodness, he's got 10 cards.
So, does you have a card in his hand?
I don't know if it even matters.
Then we get to round 7, which is the last round of the day. This is the top 8 of the main event, where we have Takeda versus Foreigner. Now, this is a really interesting match because Foreigner is playing Wind Witch Invoked, and being the only player in the entire field that decided to play that deck, the fact that he made the top 8 is rather impressive. Takeda was playing a True Draco Demise variant, as expected, and was pretty much, you know, the standard for a lot of the players at the tournament, but this match was just an ultimate grind. And what's crazy is the fact that this match went into time and actually ended up going into extra turns on game 3, where the players didn't have the option to side deck. It really came down to the last couple turns of the game and was an incredibly good grind game to watch. And funny enough, Foreigner came out on top, meaning that Wind Witch Invoked is actually in the top 4 of the 2017 World Championship. One other notable event that happened during the top 8 is that Shunsuke Hiyama, the former 2-time world champion, was actually disqualified after multiple slow play warnings from former rounds. He officially got a match loss and was disqualified from the tournament. So he's not going to be becoming our 3-time world champion, and that means a new champion is waiting to be crowned. The top 4 of the tournament is 2 Dinosaur Yangzing, 1 True Draco Demise, and 1 Invoked Wind Witch. Guys, let me know down in the comments which deck you guys want to win the 2017 World Championship. And let me know overall how you guys have been enjoying this tournament as a whole. Because I know personally for me, I've been enjoying it. They've had some lulls, you know, with a lot of downtime and waiting for matches to start. But the coverage has been very good. The setup and the layout of the stream overall, in my opinion, is just bounds above where it used to be before, and I definitely think this is something that's taking Yu-Gi-Oh! In the right direction. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, and if you really found this video informative, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.